If you own a beautiful home here in Colorado, you already know something's off. That insurance renewal notice that you used to just glance at, yeah, it's probably become a major source of stress. The industry has a name for it. They call it a hard market. But for you, the homeowner, it just feels like a full-blown crisis. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly what's going on, and way more importantly, how you can navigate it without putting your single biggest asset in serious jeopardy.
Are you kidding me? Seriously? My renewal just came in, a 50% increase. 50? We haven't had a single claim. That is it. I'm done. I'm going online, finding one of those big companies with the catchy jingles, and I'm getting a cheaper quote. This is just highway robbery.
And right there, what you just said is the single most expensive mistake a Colorado homeowner can make right now. I totally get the sticker shock, believe me. But the real danger isn't the price you're paying. The real danger is what that higher price is actually buying you, or more likely, what it's not buying you.
That 50% jump, it feels personal, I know, but you're not being singled out. Your neighbors are getting the same letters. It's happening all across the Front Range, up and down the mountain communities. This is a massive market shift, and there are some very, very Colorado-specific reasons for it.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that by next year, we'll be paying almost double the national average for home insurance? That's nuts. Why? Because we're in a perfect storm. Insurance carriers are losing a fortune here, so some are just packing up and leaving the state. The risk has completely changed. You know, the Marshall Fire was this huge wake-up call about wildfire danger in the suburbs. And on top of that, for every dollar you pay in premiums, 50 to 60 cents of it is already going just to pay for hail damage. This is what we call a hard market, and it means the old playbook of just shopping for a cheaper price is broken.
Right, and that's the absolute key. While everyone is, understandably fixated on the price tag, that sticker shock is a distraction. It's pulling your attention away from a much, much bigger threat. The true danger isn't that you're paying more. It's that you could be paying a whole lot more for a policy that will completely fail you when you actually need it. Which brings us to the number one reason families face financial ruin after a disaster, what I call the market value myth. This is a fundamental misunderstanding, a really dangerous one that could literally cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And honestly, it's something most homeowners and even a lot of agents get dead wrong.
Okay, let's just make this super simple. There are two numbers that matter, and they are not the same. Market value, that's your Zillow estimate. It's what your home sells for. It includes the land, the great schools, the mountain view. But reconstruction cost, that's what a builder charges you for lumber, concrete, labor, and permits to rebuild your house from a pile of ash. Your insurance policy only cares about reconstruction cost because you can't insure a mountain view against a fire.
Whoa, I genuinely thought those were pretty much the same number, and that common assumption is exactly where the trouble starts.
And this isn't some tiny little problem. Nationally, about 64% of homes in the U.S. are underinsured. Just think about that. Almost 2 out of every 3 houses in this country don't have enough coverage to be fully rebuilt. But here in Colorado, well, the reality is even more sobering. After the Marshall Fire, investigators dug into the numbers, and what they found was just staggering. 74% of the homes that burned to the ground were underinsured. We're talking about families facing gaps of $50, $100, even $300,000 that they had to find out of pocket, all because their policy limit was based on a number from 5 years ago. This is not a theoretical risk. This is a financial tragedy that happened to our neighbors.
Okay, so being underinsured on the house itself is a massive problem. But believe it or not, it gets worse. Standard policies, especially the ones you get from a quick online quote, are often filled with these hidden gaps, little clauses in the fine print that are almost perfectly designed to hurt you in a Colorado-specific disaster. Let's just look at 3 of the biggest ones.
First up, demand surge. Picture this. A big wildfire or a hailstorm hits a whole community. All of a sudden, thousands of your neighbors all need the same lumber, the same roofers, the same contractors at the exact same time. Basic economics, right? Prices for everything go through the roof, sometimes jumping 25% or more overnight. If your policy doesn't have a special clause for demand surge, guess who pays for that increase? You do.
Next is a big one, ordinance or law. Let's say your home was built, 20 years ago. Building codes today are way stricter. They require different wiring, fire-resistant materials, the whole shebang. If your home is badly damaged, the county won't let you just patch it up. They'll force you to demolish the rest of it and rebuild the entire thing to today's codes. A standard insurance policy, it won't pay for that. It won't pay to tear down the part that's still standing, and it won't pay for the expensive mandatory upgrades. That's another potential 6-figure gap right there.
And finally, this is the classic Colorado gotcha.
the percentage deductible for wind and hail. You look at your policy and you think, great, I have a $2,500 deductible. But what you don't realize is that for a hail claim, there's often a separate, hidden deductible that's calculated as a percentage of your home's total insured value. Let me show you what I mean.
Whoa. Hang on. So that cheap online quote I was looking at, if my house is insured for $2 million and it has a 5% deductible, I'd have to write a check for $100,000 before the insurance company pays a penny on a hail claim? Okay, but my current agent, he told me I have the best rate he can get. How are you so sure you can find something better on price? See, that's the trap. We don't compete on price, we compete on value. They make the premium look attractive by quietly shifting a $100,000 risk onto your shoulders. The real danger isn't that your rate went up 40%, it's that you're paying 40% more for a policy that still has a $40,000 time bomb of a deductible just waiting for the next storm.
So how in the world do you fix a problem this complicated? Well, it isn't about finding some magical, cheaper policy. In a market like this, the solution isn't a different product. It's a different process, and frankly, a different kind of expert. This is where who you buy from matters more than ever before.
This really breaks it down. A captive agent, the guys you see on TV, they work for one insurance company. Their job is to sell you that one company's products. So if their company decides to jack up rates by 50% or stop covering homes in your area, well, they're stuck. An independent broker, like us, we work for you. We don't have allegiance to any single company. Our job is to be your advocate, to take your specific situation to the entire market, dozens of carriers, to find the right fit.
And that access is so critical because it opens up a world of elite, specialized insurers that most people have never even heard of. Companies like Chubb, AIG, Pure, you can't just call them up or find them online. They only work with a small number of independent brokers, and they offer vastly superior coverage, things like guaranteed replacement cost, which means they'll rebuild your home no matter what it costs, and even options to just take a cash settlement. They're built from the ground up to protect high-value homes.
We know this is all a lot to take in. It's complicated, it's overwhelming, and you're busy. You don't have time to become an insurance expert overnight. And that's exactly why we created a completely different process, one designed to give you total clarity in just 5 minutes.
See, most agents, they'll just email you a 50-page PDF quote and basically say, good luck. We do the exact opposite. We create a short, personalized video just for you. A real person from our team records their screen, pulls up your current policy, and literally walks you through it line by line, pointing out, see this? Here's a gap. Here's your exposure. Then we put our recommendations right next to it and explain in plain English how they better protect you and what the difference in cost is. It's totally simple, completely transparent, and 100% free.
Okay, now that actually makes sense. So instead of just getting mad about the price and making a blind jump to something that seems cheaper, I can find out if I'm even covered properly to begin with. Exactly. It's about moving from that place of frustration and uncertainty to one of confidence and just peace of mind.
You know, this quote right here, this is our entire philosophy. Having a conversation about the cost of proper insurance, yeah, it can be a little uncomfortable, but I promise you, it is infinitely better than the conversation we'd have to have while standing in front of the smoking ruins of your home, where I'd have to explain why you're short $300,000 to rebuild your life.
Look, you can try to decipher these 50-page legal contracts on your own, hoping you spot the gaps and understand all the fine print, or you can let a specialist who does this all day, every single day, do it for you.
Okay, so how do they get the video review? It's simple. Just click the link in the description right below. You'll securely upload your current policy's declarations page. We'll then shop over 40 carriers, find those dangerous gaps, and send you that custom video breakdown of exactly what you should do. And it's free? 100%. Click the link, get the quote, and sleep better tonight.